So at Autoliv, we really want to integrate sustainability into everything we do. We do have a very broad approach on sustainability. Saving more lives is at its core. It is what we do, it is our purpose, our core business, and it's also our core contribution to society. In addition, we have about 3 other focus areas: safe and inclusive workplace, climate action and circularity, and responsible business. So let's talk about saving more lives, and let's start with our ambition. So our long-standing ambition is for our innovative life-saving products to save more than 100,000 lives per year and to prevent countless of more severe injuries. We do this through growing our core business, through investing in new type of mobility safety solutions, and engaging to different type of activities that promote wider belt use and a broader safety content in vehicles around the globe.
Saving more lives is our vision, and that is why it's so important to have it also as a focus in our sustainability agenda. It's also directly linked to the Sustainable Development Goal number 3 to ensure health and well-being for all, and especially the goal 3.6, which is to halve the global burden of road traffic fatalities. Because that burden today is huge. 1.35 million people lose their lives in the road transport system every year, and 50% out of those are actually outside the passenger car or a four-wheeled vehicle. It's also so that 80% or 80 to 90% of those fatalities occur in low and middle income countries. So in order to actually reach this target, it's very important to have a large or a broad approach to road traffic safety. And that means that we need to continue to provide the solutions to the passenger cars like we have done, and we have done a great improvement during the last decades. But it's also important that we take our core research, knowledge and technology and expand into other modes of transport, such as powered two-wheelers, pedestrians and cyclists. It's also important that we continue to work in the Triple Helix collaboration. That is Autoliv as a private company collaborating with academia as well as policymakers. We have a research platform in India called the CITES project, where academia, policymakers and private entities are collaborating. We also joined the United Nations Road Safety Fund in April 2022. We do have an ambitious target in order to save more lives. We want to go from the 35,000 lives that we save every year today to 100,000 lives. And that, of course, shows how important this focus area in the sustainability agenda is.
We want to provide a safe and inclusive workplace for all our employees. We want to be the safest and healthiest company to work in our industry, and we really want to make sure that all our employees go safe home every day. We want to also embrace more inclusive ways of working. So one of our key targets relates to increasing the number of women in our senior management, but our approach to inclusion goes beyond also gender diversity.
For health and safety is extremely important for Autoliv. I would say it's a precondition, and we should have it in our DNA because our business is actually saving lives. I mean, we want to become the safest automotive company in the world. So that's a good ambition to have, I think, and we should be having that as we have our mission, saving more lives, of course.
So if we then continue to talk about climate action and circularity. Our ambition is to reach net zero greenhouse gas emissions throughout our supply chain by 2040. And we have also established an interim target to become carbon neutral in our operations by 2030. We have divided our climate program to different core areas: low carbon supply chain, low carbon operations, and low carbon product offerings.
Autoliv's collaboration with Polestar on Polestar 0 is in line with our commitment to be the first automotive safety supplier being carbon neutral in its operation by 2030, and also net zero emission across its value chain by 2040. This places us among the front runners in the broader group of automotive suppliers. For the Polestar Zero project, it's been our focus to ensure right information, necessary information from our supply chain, and also that we put a lot of effort on informing and engaging all the actors, both downstream and upstream, so that they are all committed at the same level as Autoliv. In order to meet our ambitious climate targets, we need to collaborate across our value chain. And for Polestar Zero project, we have the target to have fossil-free products available for Polestar Zero SOP at 2030. In Autoliv, collaborations are a central role in our innovations, and we have numerous important collaborators, such as Polestar. And in Polestar Zero project, we do research, and we want to find solutions that will lead to climate neutral solutions so that we can use it in our products like safety belts and airbags.
SSAB is one of the first steel mills in the world that will be able to produce fossil-free steel on a commercial scale by using fossil-free electricity and also a new hydrogen-based technology. By collaborating with SSAB and conducting research together, we will be able to produce low-carbon products to our customers and thus strengthening our position as the world's leading global safety automotive supplier. In order to reach such ambitious targets, we have to find ways of improving our material efficiency, for example through lightweight design and by adopting a higher usage of low-carbon materials, especially since the majority of our emissions stem from the materials that we procure. We have very ambitious sustainability targets at Autoliv, and by partnering with SSAB, we will not only be able to secure access to some of the first fossil-free steel in the world, but also benefit from their expertise in steel production. With the pilot projects that we are running together, we can exchange ideas and conduct research to produce low-carbon products for our customers. The demand for sustainable products will only increase, and as usual, we aim to be at the forefront.
The impacts of climate change are an urgent global threat. At Autoliv, we have set up our 2030-2040 ambitions on climate action, and in Autoliv China, we turn commitment into action in countless ways. One of the key actions is to build up low carbon operations and green factory, covering renewable energy usage, replacing particularly potent greenhouse gases such as SF6 with climate neutral options, and supporting recycling and circular material use. We're seeking more resources on renewable energy to support low carbon operations. In our Nantong campus, we installed the first solar panels to generate renewable energy in 2021. Besides that, the other sites have plans to install solar panels in the next 2 years. This makes a small but important contribution to moving us away from fossil fuels to renewable energy. From 2022, we also purchased renewable energy certificates to help our sites to use more renewable electricity. Together, these renewable energy actions help us reduce a significant share of our GHG emissions.
We have also recently updated our supplier code of conduct, and those updated requirements will be valid from 1st of January in 2023. We have been started to work to broaden the sustainability approach also to our indirect suppliers, and we are also continuing to reinforce the responsible business requirements into our sourcing decisions.
We learned many years ago in events, for example, like Fukushima in 2011, how fragile global supply chains can be. And in 2019, even prior to the COVID impact, we decided to step up due to the new technologies, including artificial intelligence and service providers in the market for risk management, meanwhile that just have not been there 5 or 10 years ago. We're facing currently also an increased interest and request from our customers in regards to resilient supply chains. And as Autoliv is at the forefront of automotive safety, we strive to become, or are already also at the forefront of risk management.
Well, to conduct responsible business is of course important for our sustainability work. But for me, responsible business is sensible business. But that doesn't mean that it always makes sense to everyone and that it's very easy to always act in a responsible way and in a sustainable way. and people also need to practice. Among our focus areas for our responsible business piece of the sustainability framework is to work proactively to prevent corruption and other unethical business practices. And corruption is one of the major obstacles for actually people around the world enjoying basic human rights. And therefore we need to work to prevent such practices in our business. Our code of conduct is important for our sustainability work that we're doing, but it's also important for us as a business. In order to really create an atmosphere in a company where people feel safe to speak up, we think that we need to broaden that definition and make it about everyone feeling empowered to actually make themselves heard, whether it's something to celebrate or to improve or to do better or raise a concern about. We think that that kind of atmosphere in a company makes us better, but also helps us to prevent things from going wrong.